It's time for Geeks in the Closet. We're the Geeks in the Closet. We're the Geeks in the Closet. The Geeks in the Closet. We're Geeks in the Closet.
Hello and welcome to this week's exciting episode of Geeks in the Closet. I am your moderator, Jay. To my left, I've got Fran with me. Say hello.
Hello.
And to my right, I've got Conor with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's dive straight in. How was your week in Geek?
Who's going first?
Connor.
Me. Okay, I have a confession to make.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This sounds bleak. Go.
There's something I've been hiding from you guys the last while that I need to tell you about.
Is this the thing that I think you're talking about, or
you'll find out in a second?
Okay.
I'm building suspense. So sometimes at night.
Oh no! No, just stop there. Stop. We're giving you an out.
I like to take off all my clothes and run through the woods on Elder Scrolls because my Elder Scrolls character is now a werewolf.
Oh!
How did you do that?
Oh! I feel so cheated.
It happened yesterday.
How?
So when I tell the story, or do you just want to be?
I've been contacted by two different people going, "Hey, I've seen you checking out my character. You know I'm a werewolf.
That sounds so seedy.
Do you want to be a werewolf too?" And I was like, "Yeah,
yes, please.
That'd be really cool." And he's like, "Yeah, just give me like 15,000 gold." I'm like, I don't have that.
Okay, so I was playing, and I was doing a quest in Shadowfang.
Yeah.
And questing away, everything's fine. And then I see this guy. You know, sometimes it happens where you're doing a quest and someone else is doing the same quest at the same time.
Yep. Yeah.
You kind of end up doing it together by accident almost.
Yeah.
So this guy was doing it, and then he turned into a werewolf, and I was like, ah. So I chanced.
Were you talking to him?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I chanced my arm and requested and invited him to make a group.
Yeah.
And he accepted. And it turns out it was a guy from the UK. His name was Magic Benji 86, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
And then he just sent me a message on PSN saying, "Would you like to be a werewolf? It's 2k, so 2,000 gold."
That's
so I was
okay.
like, "Oh, that's
yeah.
doable." So I said, "Yeah, of course, cool. I don't have enough cash on me now, so we'll have to go back to Stormhold to get
it sounds a bit
bank."
seedy or something. It
really does.
I let my wallet come back to my place and
yeah.
see what happens.
So you robbed him.
So then he was like, "Yeah, that's no problem, mate." And he was really chirpy and happy about
British?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, that's no problem, mate," and all this. And I was like, "Oh, great." So then we leave the dungeon that we were in.
Yeah.
And
because what the story needs is a dungeon.
Yeah. So we leave the dungeon, and then we get attacked by just random enemies. But he gets killed.
Oh no!
Right. So he just said, "Oh, I've just been killed, but you go on. It's fine. I'll go to the Wave Shrine and Stronghold,
yeah,
or whatever it is. I can't remember the name of the town." But while he was saying that, I was like, "Oh no, it's fine," and I revived him.
Oh, right? Best buds for life.
And that's basically what happened. He was like, "Oh, thanks. You didn't have to do that." And I was like, "Oh no, it's fine." For those who don't know, you actually have a finite number of times you can revive another player, because you have to do it using these
soul gems.
And you can only get so many. But I have never used them, basically.
Oh well, I think you can buy them. Like you can definitely come across them.
You can. Well, what I mean is it's it costs you something, even if it's a minor cost. It does. So he seemed to really like that. So he said, "You know what? Forget the 2,000. I'll do it for free. It's fine."
Oh.
So I was like, "Oh, cool. Okay." So
well, you're turning me for nothing.
Yeah. I know. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
This whole story is weird, can I just say?
It is.
There's so many levels to this story. I'm just trying to wonder what you're actually telling us here.
So did you agree to something else?
No, I didn't agree to anything else.
I'm sure. No strings attached.
No, there was no strings attached. But he did say, he added me as a friend on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
And he said, "Look, sometimes I do a lot of live streaming of whatever I'm playing on Twitch."
Yeah.
And I said, "So is that okay if ever I'm playing with you and I'm live streaming?" Like he was very sound. Like, most people wouldn't say anything, but he did.
Yeah.
And I just said, "Yeah, just let me know if ever we end up playing together and you're live streaming." He was like, "Yeah, that's fine." and that was it.
Send him a link to this podcast.
I most certainly shall. And thank you once again for turning me into a werewolf. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm waiting for the quip from you or something.
No, I am a little bit speechless. Like, this is the seedy underbelly of the Elder Scrolls is coming to the fore.
I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So that's my that was the highlight of my week in geek.
I have to say, I was in no way ready for that, mentally or emotionally. Thank you, Conor.
Anytime.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised during the production of this podcast, please contact.
Oh no.
Okay, Fran, I guess I kind of know how your week in geek has gone because we've been glued to each other, which is the wrong thing to say after what he was just talking about. But anyway, anything you've been
doing
that we should know about?
Hands.
What?
I said at least no money was changing.
Oh yeah,
hands.
exactly. Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't know. I'm going to listen back later on. And
Why is it always when I'm moderator?
my week in geek has been, I have finished Game of Thrones Telltale Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be Season 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no release date yet. Could potentially be the end of 2016 or it could be 2017.
Okay.
I just took off my glasses there because I was like...
That's the gravity of what's about to be laid down.
Loved the game. Thought it was really good. Fucked shit up though, big time. Like I ran my house into the ground.
Are we surprised?
Like at one stage was
No spoilers now.
No, at the very end though, I could have had a chance of saving a character or killing a character, and I was like,
was it like saving this character A or killing
No.
this character B?
no, one character, and I was
Okay.
just like, do you know what? If this person dies, most of my problems go away, and like all of my cheating, lying, scheming, betrayal, all just goes away. So I kind of just took a step back and let
You just
nature take its
you
course.
didn't kill, you just allowed it to happen.
No, I wish I could say that.
Oh,
There's
no.
blood on my hands. There's blood on my hands. So yeah, that'll be very interesting to see because Jay, you're currently playing it as well.
And
Yeah.
I will play it in the future.
I'd be very interested to see what you guys do in the same situation because then that could have ramifications for season 2.
Okay.
Besides that, I'm struggling to finish Daredevil season 2.
You're struggling.
Really?
You're on the
I'm-
last couple episodes for a
but
while.
I'm
though.
struggling. I feel like the last 4 episodes have just been the same episode over and over again.
The last 4 episodes you've seen, or the last 4 of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last 4 I've seen.
I can't remember exactly, but I remember there was an ending, and I kind of feel like the series could have ended there, and I would have been happy enough.
Kind of like
So
Breaking
if-
Bad
if they
season
wrapped
4.
it up.
Like Breaking Bad could have finished on season 4.
Yeah.
Have you taken the plunge into Daredevil yet?
Yeah, myself and T are watching it, and I think we're on episode 9. I want to
I'm
say.
on 11. I'm only on 11. Only a little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm just it's not grip. The first one I was such a huge fan of, and I loved
First
Raymond
season,
Fisk and everything, and that whole
Yeah.
his whole like his kind of credible bad side. You know, like, it's like he's a bit of a prick, but you can kind of see why
Yeah,
he's doing
yeah,
what he's
yeah.
doing. There's a bit of
But
reality
I
there.
guess we'll get into this possibly next week
Yeah.
if we talk about
Yeah.
that. I was about to say something. I was like, no, I better save that for next week.
I'm sure we'll all be finished by next week.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
done and dusted. I finished it the weekend.
Yeah, I think that's my week. We can get Game of Thrones season 1 and bit of Daredevil. That's it. Dragon Age, loads of Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Um,
You climbed a mountain with me though.
I
so-
did, yes.
Yeah.
Hashtag Misty Mountains.
Did you send that tweet?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, that would have been a good tweet.
Yeah, no, it was good. Gives you a lot more respect for the hobbits, what they did.
They had a lot going on.
Yeah.
They had a lot going on.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? How's your week in geek?
My week in geek. Well, Fran was playing Telltale's Walking Dead, and
No, Game of Thrones.
sorry, Telltale's Game of Thrones.
But I
and
did
he was
buy
The Walking Dead
season 1 on the sale.
I
can't wait.
He's
so proud.
he's on a bit of a high now with Telltale. But anyway, he was playing that away and was texting me in the meantime, telling me how much he enjoyed it, and like he was just trying to hook me. And then he blatantly texted me at about midnight one night and was like, "I need you to play." All capitals. I need you to play. So I got up in the
Which?
morning and just started playing it. Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Game of Thrones. So I started playing
I
Game of
didn't get no
Thrones.
text saying you needed me to play Fran.
Because
What's
I know
that about?
He has it.
So do I.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, why
Yeah.
aren't you playing it then? We could all be discussing this.
I'm finishing what I'm doing first.
Which is?
Actually, I just finished that yesterday and started playing Elder Scrolls. Never mind.
Yeah.
I should catch up.
Yeah, no, because like there's so much to talk about. It's crazy.
There's a lot to
Crazy,
talk
yeah.
about. Anyway, I started playing that. I finished the first 3.
I think you're in 3.5, are you?
Yeah, I finished 3 of them, and I'm halfway through episode 4
Oh, so you're flying.
now. Is there 6 episodes?
There's 6 episodes.
Maybe I'm halfway into episode 5.
You
then.
are, because you were supposed to pick me up and you were a little bit delayed because you had to play the next
I had my
episode.
priorities.
Yeah, exactly.
I refused to leave the house until I finished it that day. But,
Okay.
yeah, unfortunately, I had to be here today. So,
Hence, you couldn't.
yeah, but the second I finish this podcast, I'm going right back home to play and finish it off. Screw you guys. So I've been playing that. I've been really enjoying it. Other than that, whenever, like, I feel like Telltale's a lot to play, and you're kind of sitting there, you're going through a lot of dialogue and whatever. Like, we've talked a lot about Telltale. But I kind of feel like I want to play a game where I can control a character at the same time and have a bit more freedom. So I need a break. So
You do need that from Telltale games, I think.
oh yeah.
Because it's such a stressful position to be in.
It is.
For the 2 hours you're sitting there playing the game,
Yeah.
you are God. And like, it's way too much pressure. You do need a bit of a valve.
Yeah, you can only destroy a fictional world so many times
Yeah.
where you have to take a break
Frog
from
comes
it.
crumbling down.
So I downloaded Fallout 4's new DLC, Automatron, or Automatron as I was calling it, but I think it might actually be Automatron now.
I was right.
Well, that's how it's spelled, but
Okay.
Automatron would have been so much better. Anyway, I've been playing that. I've maybe played the first maybe 2 hours of it, I suppose. But I was kind of... I did 1 or 2 actual like story missions for it, which they were okay, they were cool. But after that, once I opened up the ability to make my own robot followers, I was like, nah, screw this, I'm playing with this feature. So I've invented a robot called Frank. I decided not to give him legs. He's actually got thrusters underneath him, so he kind of silently follows me because I kind of found the robots were kind of clunky as they were walking, and it was kind of annoying
Stealth
me.
mode.
Well, I kept like looking over my shoulder, thinking there was something coming. I was like, "Oh no, it's just Frank again." So
Fucking Frank.
I got rid of his legs. He doesn't need them anymore. I've been enjoying
Listener,
it so
please
far.
note, do not annoy Jay or he will take your legs.
Take your legs. I will replace them with nifty thrusters, though.
I'd rather the legs.
Okay, you're getting thrusters.
No.
Yeah, so I've been doing that, and I probably would have more to say, but we did spend the weekend rock climbing, so yeah, I feel good about that excuse.
I actually, when I was over in Jay's, I got to play a little bit of Fallout 4 as well.
Oh, yeah.
10 minutes. Looked cool. I can definitely see myself picking her up in the future.
Yeah.
It's nice with the music and the sort of aesthetic, and everything's very like between the 20s and the 60s sort of.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Okay, I think we better move swiftly on to the news.
We
Fran,
don't move swiftly, full stop. You
What are you
That
saying?
is optimistic at best.
I'm just trying to do my job here.
It's more of a slow trundle.
Okay, Francis, could you slowly plod through the news?
Once I get my theme tune, I will. Excellent. Right, guys. Welcome to the
I'm
newsroom.
sorry for that.
We're going to start with news of Batman v Superman and its opening weekend numbers.
Yes.
Okay. So, there's been some discrepancy in reports about the dosh that this movie is making, with initial estimates coming in at 170.1 million in debut earnings, which would make it the biggest Warner Brothers opening weekend
Yeah,
success.
I've heard that, yeah.
Now, however, but apparently, according to IGN, Warner Brothers have since released the final numbers, and it actually only comes in at 166.1 million. Now, I know that's not a huge discrepancy, but it does drop it down below Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
Hallows
Which
Part
was
2.
also Warner Brothers, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So that was the King. That kept, and it's kept its crown since.
Okay.
That's only
Is that
domestically.
official now? Officially, it's
That's
kept its
official,
crown. Okay.
Well, yeah, domestically at the minute.
Okay.
Globally, internationally, it's a slightly different story because it has earned $424.1 million.
Yeah, that's the figure I heard. Okay.
Yeah, that's globally.
Yeah.
And what was, you might not have it, but what was the global figures of Harry Potter's opening weekend?
I don't have that, but what I do have is that it's already the title of the biggest opening for any DC Comics movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's passing The Dark Knight Rises, which had a domestic value of 160.9 million, and Batman v Superman earned about 54 million more than Man of Steel did in its opening weekend.
Okay.
Wow.
But it's only the fourth biggest superhero movie of all time. Avengers comes in at first.
Original Avengers
at 207.4 million. Avengers Age of Ultron at 191.3 million. And number 3, What would you say, guys?
Oh,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight?
I'd say Dark Knight Rises maybe.
Iron Man 3.
Really?
Oh,
Iron Man 3 comes in
right.
at $174.1 million.
Marvel is
it was
kicking
the
ass.
first Marvel to come out after the first Avengers film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
Industry pundits believe that Batman v Superman needs to make about $1 billion to be classified as a commercial success.
Ooh.
The break-even point, because of the whole high marketing cost,
Yeah,
is
they're marketing.
Yeah.
800 million. So
Right.
if they make 800 million,
They've only made half, really.
yeah, but it's still opening weekend.
They've got merch and still.
Yeah, and then they're also saying is that what's going in its favor is that there's no major competition in the cinema for the next 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
No major competition, so it should clean
Okay.
up.
Well, what I've heard, now originally I did hear that they broke the record for the Warner Brothers, but obviously that's not true anymore.
That was predicted estimates, and then it
Was
was
an
just fell
estimate.
short. Yeah.
Well, I heard they actually did win an award this weekend, and that is the award for a movie that made the most money initially and then lost it over a weekend. So the traction for the movie over the Friday period to Sunday, just gone,
Oh, so it peaked and dropped.
it dropped dramatically, like bigger than any
Interesting.
movie in history nearly.
Do you think it deserves to?
We'll get to that later.
Stay tuned.
Okay, our next piece of news brings us to the Peach State, which is Georgia.
Oh yes.
Okay, so have you heard about this, guys?
This was the news I was going to tell you if you didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of it's really blowing up out there.
It has.
So basically, guys, if you don't know, the state of Georgia is trying to pass the Free Exercise Protection Act, which is AKA the House Bill 757. Now, the actual legislation itself aims in part to provide that religious officials shall not be required to perform marriage ceremonies in violation of their legal right to free exercise of religion, and allows faith-based organizations to not hire or provide services to those who violate such faith-based organizations' sincerely held religious belief.
He was doing air quotes for a lot of that. Just, you couldn't see that, listener.
Okay, so that's literally listener like that. So that's literally that's kind of the wording of the bill.
Okay.
Now, the consequence of this is received a lot of backlash from the corporate world, and in terms
Yay.
of geek, the reason we make this so geekily, culturally
Relevant. Yeah.
is because AMC, Disney, and Marvel are three of the big hitters.
Yeah, and they work in that state.
They do a lot of work. Pinehead
AMC,
Studios,
Marvel, and what was the third one?
AMC, Marvel, and Disney. Because Marvel's kind of they have their own.
Oh,
baby company.
they did Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, in Georgia. did they?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is currently shooting there.
Okay, yeah.
Captain America: Civil War was shot there. And they're currently doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Walking
2.
Dead.
Walking Dead is huge.
Yeah.
Massive. Like entire tourist industry is developed, much like Game of Thrones in Belfast.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Ireland,
yeah.
they really rely on that. So, to put this into perspective, right? Governor Dean, which is always funny to call him with the governor.
The
and we're
Dean.
walking with Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, right? He has said that Ant-Man alone, which was shot in Georgia, employed 3,579 Georgians. Marvel spent more than 106 million in Georgia and utilized 22,413 hotel rooms during the entire season of production. So,
Okay.
It'd be a huge loss of
it'd be a
revenue and jobs.
massive loss. Like, it would be crippling. AMC have said that they've had great experiences in filming in Georgia. No, Disney and Marvel are very inclusive companies, according to their statement. They've had great experiences filming in Georgia, but plan to take their business elsewhere if House Bill 757 is signed into state. So they've kind of unequivocally said,
We're not coming here.
We're going to pull
It's
the
a
plug.
big turnaround from Disney.
Yeah, isn't
They're
it like
such a racist
yeah.
company originally.
And
Well, this is
AMC
different because this is homophobic.
Oh, well, yeah, but
know what I
like
mean? Yeah.
backwards thinking, you know.
Yeah.
And AMC have said that as a company, AMC Networks believes that discrimination of any kind is reprehensible. It's just like it's going to be crazy. Now, there is a very high probability it's going to get vetoed, and it's not coming to play.
I think I heard today the governor is going to veto it. I think.
No,
That's
there's
his
another
intent.
thing going on in Florida as well.
Oh right, okay.
And it's that governor has vetoed that. I don't know the full details, but I saw that. I was like, huh? Looked into it. No.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of support. Like, I mean, Marvel, Disney, AMC, they're all getting a lot of applause and praise.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah, it's going to watch the space because it's
That's
going to.
interesting. Is it? Obviously, they're doing the right thing, but is it their place? Are they getting involved in stuff maybe they shouldn't?
Well,
I think
someone
it is.
said, like, as someone said online, they have such a grasp over the general population's
Yeah.
interests and stuff like that. Like,
Well,
they are.
What I'm kind of thinking is like, what if like companies like that started doing things like that for more mundane things? Because right now we're kind of like, oh yeah, we've got to get on, people's civil liberties. Like, what's going on here? Like that's a great thing that they're doing. But what if they're kind of like, I want to pay a little bit less on tax next year. Let's
So it's kind of like
let's hold this state to ransom.
you're kind of talking about Batman v Superman, really, aren't you?
Am I?
All these people with major power that have to decide to go rogue. We all know how that ended.
Go on.
Go on. You're ruining,
No, I think
ruining all my bits.
to answer your question, I think it is their place in the sense because, for example, we're all in Ireland. We wouldn't have even heard of this bill. It wouldn't have hit the headlines if they didn't kick up a fuss.
True.
So if you think of it like that, it's they're advocating civil rights and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if every company was doing that, I know what you're saying. There's a potential bad side to it, and they're doing.
There's a line. It's just if they
There's a
eventually
line.
cross it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't stop someone from doing something good because they might do something bad in the future. Let's talk about that.
That is a
Yeah, exactly.
That is a damn fine point. Well done,
It is
sir.
a perfect parallel.
I'm very ready for Batman versus Superman. I'm telling you.
Okay, so Microsoft have been developing the HoloLens, right? And they've since perfected a kind of Star Wars holographic communications device.
So cool.
Think the Princess Leia message on the R2D2 droid.
Yeah.
Literally, they've kind of managed to recreate that.
I'm in.
Microsoft's 13D research group have figured out how to create a live hologram of another person to be placed in another room. A massive array of 3D cameras in one room captures an entire person's movement and speech in real time and transmit it to another room where a HoloLens wearer can interact with them in real time.
Huh.
So we are literally talking about science fiction stuff here.
That's very
Wow.
cool.
Now, it's called holoportation. Right? Which sounds a bit ridiculous, but it is literally what it is.
Okay, yeah.
It is literally what it is. Now it's a good bit away from actually being a commercially viable form of communication because of the
Cost.
the heavy tech side. Like, you need an entire kind of room of 3D cameras going 90. So we're probably a long time. away
T is
from
going to have
seeing
one
this.
though.
Yeah. But they've also kind of worked it that you can kind of shrink down the projection as well.
Okay.
So they can fit on a table and stuff like that. Like
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it.
yeah, just like So like, it's gonna be huge, but it's probably going to be when we're on our deathbeds before this is kind of
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
yeah. Breaking news. Now PS4.5 has to be announced by Sony before the PSVR launch.
I know.
So only last week we were hearing rumors.
It might be a year or two
and
away.
they're
Like, no, it's not.
in our faces. Following reports from Kotaku, both the Wall Street Journal and Digital Foundry have independently confirmed the basics surrounding the machine. So, like, obviously got a bit of traction. It would be huge. It would be massive stock news, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they jumped on the bandwagon. It is said to be announced before the October launch of the PSVR headset.
And probably because of.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they're releasing this so that they can compete better with other VR.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like,
Oculus Rift.
as Jay said last week, the PS4.5 is set to perform with higher resolution graphics and is to be particularly well suited to VR.
Yeah.
So basically, they are just upping the ante and getting their equipment out. The code name is supposed to be PlayStation 4K.
Yeah.
Which is through the whole resolution thing, but they have kind of said that it's going to maintain the same library of games for both platforms.
The software is going to be the same.
Yeah, they've kind of made that promise, which is something.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, it's something for me anyway. Yeah, and it said it could land as early as the end of 2016 in time for the holiday buying rush.
Oh, do you know what I just saw in my head?
What?
A package.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.5 or 4K or whatever it's going to be officially called, plus VR, plus the camera, plus Move.
The
It's
whole
€650.
Oh, more I'd say.
That'd be a saving of a serious amount of dollar.
They might do it though to push
I'd say
it out.
700 maybe.
Let's not argue over 50 quid. But it's a fairly similar number, Conor. No, you're totally wrong.
Sorry,
It's
I
gonna
didn't
be-
even hear the 50. I just heard you say 600 and I was like, that's not enough.
Yeah. So yeah, we could be seeing that by Christmas.
Okay. So
I think
the
it's a bad move.
announcement is coming before VR, not
Which
the
is October.
console.
The announcement is coming before VR.
Okay.
which is October.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they reckon that the physical console will be
Out for
commercially
Christmas.
available for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah. They kept saying for the holidays. We're like, the summer holidays? It's the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Sticking.
reminds me when we took a family holiday, like when I was 16 in America, and I was just in the shop and I bought something, and the guy behind the counter went, "There you are, sir, and happy holidays." And I was just like, "How did you know I was on holiday?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, it's Halloween." Okay, yeah. Okay. I actually even said it to him, and he just looked at me and went like, "What?" I just left in shame.
Are you a wizard? Sticking with gaming news, GTA 6 is said to be in production already. Now, GTA 5 has been one of the most critically acclaimed
And hasn't dropped in
games.
price.
No, it's out since 2013, 14?
Oh, 13 sounds too early.
I think
I'd
it's
say 14.
I'd say early 15. Let's Google and find out.
Oh, someone who's listening, correct us.
I had heard 2013. Yeah, so they said like they're already jumping on the bandwagon. They're going to be looking into it, building it, developing it, etc.
Yeah.
There was rumours of it being located outside of America for a period of time, and they were looking at GTA Tokyo, but they've since kind of said no. More than likely, realistically, it's going to be American based.
They were looking at GTA Tokyo though
ages ago.
around the Vice City time.
Yeah.
That was years and years ago. That there could have been a GTA Tokyo, but they decided that the Tokyo streets just weren't
The
suited.
street plan weren't suited,
Yeah.
and they also said that a lot of their cultural, kind of their satirical nature for the American culture wouldn't translate that well. Like, you know, making fun of the Japanese,
As in
way
the
that they do.
Japanese wouldn't tolerate it as much.
Or
as...
like it mightn't be as commercially successful. Do you know,
Okay.
like the way that they make fun of Americans, everyone gets.
I feel like there was some sort of Asian themed GTA at some point though, like maybe a PSP game or something. I feel like there was.
Oh yeah, they had things like Vice City stories and San Andreas stories and things like that. So maybe there was a mission that you went to. I don't know.
Did you play GTA London back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. But then it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, because aerial bird's eye.
Yeah.
Your character was a dot with two smaller dots that represented arms and legs.
Yeah.
Like,
It was still fun. It was just
A simpler
completely,
time.
completely different game.
I remember reading in a PlayStation magazine years ago that there was a rumor that they were considering doing a GTA Belfast, but set in the 20s, and it was gonna. And it was gonna be kind of all the Civil War kind of antics, but going on with the gangs kind of a thing. I think not a chance, but the idea of doing something in a different time period.
But Rockstar is set to be pretty busy anyway with rumours of a Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
Potentially arriving before the year's end.
Cool.
Wow. Potentially.
I will play the crap out of that game.
Details of this are very, very scarce. So my question to you guys is, if you could set a GTA game somewhere else, where would you go? If it's outside of America.
Outside of America. Mexico. No.
Someone said that. Someone said, like cartels and stuff. Yeah.
Colombia, maybe, because you have the whole cocaine farms and things like that, and it'd be very different.
Jungles as well.
Yeah.
Off-road.
Killarney.
After the weekend.
After the weekend, I can see how extreme Killarney is.
Pothole! Taking out that pothole.
That's a good question. It's a very good question.
It is a good question.
India? Mumbai might be quite interesting.
Those crazy streets.
Yeah.
Mad. Human traffic and everything.
As in a lot of traffic in Mumbai? Or human trafficking?
No, not human
trafficking. Yeah, because I was like, he just said real dark, real
we
quick.
better clarify this.
No. Have you also heard that the Pokemon Go Japanese field test has begun?
Yes, we did briefly speak about it, but it's currently
images?
happening.
Yeah.
I've seen the Ivysaur thing.
I'm more excited now than I was.
So
I
the
was a
Squirtle.
bit disappointed, and then I saw more footage, and
Okay.
I'm excited again.
Okay. Full circle.
Yeah, so Japanese residents are invited to field test the game. It's a lottery system, and they're slowly expanding the circle of people.
Bring
who
it
gets in.
this way.
But apparently
Bring it this way.
earlier this month, Nantech said that once the field test begins in Japan, it'll only be a matter of weeks before it's extended to other countries.
That's what I heard. I think we should get involved in that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we'd be allowed to report on the podcast, but we could.
Exceptionally little.
But
'cause
if there are loopholes, we will find them.
Well, basically what happened was there's been a lot of people have taken screenshots on their phone and tweeting them like mad.
Yeah.
And anyone that has been found to have done that
It's banned.
has been banned, and their access to the game has been revoked.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of just being very clever and making sure to do it a particular way.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure we could probably say if we're enjoying it or not.
well, what I've seen is pretty cool. You can customize your little avatar character thing.
Yeah.
When you're on the map screen,
Oh.
this is like and really customized.
The fact that
like,
you have an avatar is news to me.
yeah. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go in map mode, to actually go looking at on the very bottom, kind of near the middle, where your home button would be on your smartphone, kind of area.
Yeah.
There's an actual fully realized avatar, and when you walk, it walks.
Yeah.
And it can be a male or female. You can change skin color, hair color, eye color, all the clothes, style of clothes, color of clothes. Then the way that the Pokemon evolve and stuff like that looks really cool. I was a bit like annoyed at first, but I was like,
Is it different? Like usually they spin and then they go bright blue.
No.
or
I
something?
mean the method of getting them to evolve.
As in how to train them and level them.
Yeah.
And run.
So let's say you want to get a Bulbasaur and you level them up to an Ivysaur.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you need to keep hunting and get as many Bulbasaurs as possible. And once
What?
you get then once you get a certain amount of Bulbasaurs, then you can pick one who takes kind of gets inspiration from all the others or something and evolves into an Ivysaur.
Okay.
And then to get an Ivysaur to become a Venusaur, you need to do the same again. You need to go around, you need to find loads of Ivysaurs, you need to collect them all, and then you level them up into a Venusaur.
Damn.
And I'm guessing you can't find Ivysaurs until you have an Ivysaur yourself.
I don't know.
Like you can't.
I don't think so, because then how would you get any Pokemon to start off with?
You might be
Unless you're only talking
But then,
about
then it could just be easier to find an Ivysaur. I don't know.
You might be able to trade.
Oh, you are able to trade.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's Pokemon eggs as well, and they hatch after a certain number of steps.
Okay. So I guess you'll probably try and find the rarest Pokemon that you can easily get, and then try and trade them online. Like.
Yeah. There's a thing going on Reddit, of course, called the Sylph Road, taking inspiration from Sylph Company and the Silk Road.
Original.
And
I'm nearly
basically,
there.
basically what they're doing is they're trying to set up a kind of a network of traders of people who travel a lot. So let's say you're normally based in the UK and you travel to Asia a lot, then you can use this to connect with people over there to bring Pokemon over and back that might be particularly rare.
Smugglers.
Yeah, basically.
Do you have to declare that?
No, I don't think you do. I don't think you have to declare data.
Very good. Also, my final piece of news,
Okay.
potentially the most shocking.
Ooh.
Spider-Man in court.
In court?
Yes. But not really.
Oh, the suspense is gone.
A New York Times Square street performer who
Right.
typically dressed up as Spider-Man named no, I'm not going to pronounce that correctly at all.
Give it a go.
Abdelhamid El Khazani,
Right. Okay.
or some variation thereof,
Yeah.
is accused of kicking a woman from Virginia after she reportedly.
I did not think that was what you were going to say. I really didn't. Sorry. He kicked a woman from Virginia.
Accused
Apparently, may have, allegedly, possibly,
he did
but
plead,
maybe not.
He did plead not guilty. He allegedly kicked a woman from Virginia after she. Tanya, Spider-Man's gone downhill. After she failed to tip him after he posed for photos with her children.
Okay.
Now, this is actually his second appearance in court.
Oh,
Who did he kick before? Who did he allegedly kick
He
before?
allegedly
there's those air quotes again.
he roughed up a comedy club ticket seller in Times Square.
Okay.
So if anyone has ever been to Times Square, you know that it's literally full of people in costumes harassing you to take photos, and then you have to give them money, and if you don't, they get really pissy.
Oh.
And there's also loads of comedy club ticket sellers as well doing the exact same thing. So obviously some sort of kind of gang war going on between the ticket sellers and the Comic Cons. He showed up in court in full costume.
Nice.
Here.
Nice.
Was made to remove the mask.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was told by the judge it was his final chance. This was strike 2. After strike 3, he said she would set the bail so high it would be impossible for him to make it.
Ooh.
So I know he's maintaining.
And he
his
said,
innocence.
"Challenge accepted," and kicked her.
Yep. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my news.
Well, I've never seen an angry Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe he's taken off the wrong person. Punisher might be a good suit for him.
Yeah.
maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Fine piece of news there, Francis.
Yeah.
Well
Thank
done.
you for that, Fran.
Well, I guess that brings us to finally brings us to our talking point of Batman v Superman, which we have both seen. Myself and Fran.
Both, huh?
The three of us have seen. Myself
Second
and
time.
Fran.
I'm just pointing out. Second time today, I was left out of the loop.
I'm just saying we could kick you out at any time, Conor.
I'm just saying who came up with the idea, alright?
And who owns the microphone?
Oh God! Right, Batman v Superman. Myself and Fran saw it last night. Connor's had a few days to dwell on it. Myself and T saw it last week.
And I feel like that can only be a good thing.
Possibly
More time to think about it.
Yeah. Because I'd say if we recorded it, if we all watched it the same day and recorded it straight after, it'd be I'll have very different things to say.
Yeah,
than you guys will,
and you might open our eyes a little bit more because you'll have.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Okay, well let's get stuck in. First impressions. We'll go to Fran first since it's fresh in your mind. You saw it last night.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I liked it. I was happy. I really needed to pee.
It's long
and didn't until the very end.
That's how good it was.
That's how good it was. I maintained a full bladder.
On that, I'm really sorry. This is nothing to do with Batman vs Superman. Why don't they just start making films that little bit longer to really get a good story and have an intermission? I remember when I
thought you were going to say, why don't they just have some sort of feature where you can pee
right
there?
God, no. Because I remember when I first saw Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, it was in a tiny little cinema in Bundoran, and they had an intermission during that.
Okay.
I think people that need to go to the toilet in the middle of the cinema are whiners, and we should just keep everything the way it is.
No, personally. But you know what I mean? Sometimes films end really quickly before they actually have to, because they're like, oh shit, you know what? It's over 2 hours long. We really need to make it cut shorter.
I get what you mean.
So why not? You say no. You know what? If the story takes 4 hours to tell and it's good. Yeah. Then why don't we just have it and have an intermission of 20 minutes at the 2 hour mark?
I would have been fine if they That's what let's imagine they did the extended cut of Lord of the Rings in the theaters.
Yeah.
And you could go and sit in and watch 2 hours of it, go for a half an hour break, and come back and watch the second half. I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sick of this. The film's like an hour and a half or two. Has to be around there. I like a long movie. I enjoy a long movie
if it's good. Anyway, yeah. First impression. Continue. I'm really sorry.
No, like in a bite-sized soundbite, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see that on their posters now.
Fran, I enjoyed it.
No, I don't know how much of a review do you want me to give, or just want me my initial thoughts?
Your initial thought. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, so we'll go into more detail later.
Your initial thought, Connor.
When I left the theater, I was pumped. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Action sequences really kind of it really had me really psyched up and really my first thoughts were definitely, wow, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Jay?
I felt slightly numb at the end of the movie.
Your arse?
And myself and Fran, my arse was okay. Myself and Fran walked out of the cinema, didn't really talk to each other. We got well around the corner and we were nearly at the front of the shopping mall when
where did she go?
Blanchardstown. We're giving clues to where the closet is.
Actually, the closet's moved locations today.
Yeah. We're in a new closet, slightly more room. I can no, we're actually more restricted.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just the thrill of being in a new closet. We walked the entire way around the corner, got a good 100 meters away from the actual
this is exactly how I'm going to set the tea.
And then Fran turns around and says to me, so are we going to talk about it?
Yeah. Are we allowed to talk about it?
And my initial thought really was, not that I didn't enjoy it or did enjoy it, I just thought that it was a mess of a movie. And by that I mean, I feel like Zack Snyder one day accidentally walked into a room and found clippings of a great movie and then stuck them together in a haphazard sort of way. I feel like it was very disjointed in some parts. I think the movie failed in its editing, because I feel like it had great moments. It had some confusing moments and some what the hell's going on moments and some bloody awesome moments, but I just feel like it was edited to death. Okay. I think maybe to achieve its running time,
and that's my point.
Yeah, but again, I would like to have a conversation with Jay from another parallel universe who refused to watch Batman v Superman and just watched the R-rated cut that's going to come out in a few months' time, because I'm starting to feel like maybe that's the real movie and we didn't see it.
I don't think so.
I think so much was left out and so much was disjointed that
I think
must be loads of scenes.
I think that's literally only because of the success of Deadpool. I really do. I think the only reason they said, oh, there's going to be an R-rated cut done with the director, I think the only reason for that is because, wow, Deadpool did really well and it was an R rating. Maybe we should...
I'm kind of wondering what would be in the R rating that wasn't... Yeah, it was a pretty dark movie anyway. Yeah.
I don't know, we'll find out, but I don't think that. I think they've said already they were already working on that, and fair enough. It'd be hard to add in all those elements after the fact just because Deadpool came out a few weeks ago. I mean, I'm guessing the movie was kind of done. Like, Deadpool could have tanked.
Well, yeah, they finished filming in 2014.
Oh, yeah, so it was all well done. But also because Zack Snyder did an interview. I can't remember who was giving the interview, but he did an interview anyway, and someone was asking him about like one of the plot holes in the movie. Do you know the way Superman could? Definite spoilers. If you haven't realised before.
Just a thought though. We haven't actually. We've been very good. Will we kind of talk about it to a certain point without spoilers, so anyone who hasn't seen it yet can listen to what we think?
Yes, and this is the point.
Okay, so you've heard what we've done so far. Go see it. Pause this.
And
we
come
will
back.
wait
Patiently.
Yeah.
And you're back.
Welcome back.
One of the plot holes, like one of many of the plot holes in the movie, is the fact that Superman seems to be able to hear Lois Lane doing even the slightest whimper anywhere on Earth, but can't do the same for his own mother. Which didn't make any bloody sense at all. But someone asked him that, Zack Snyder, that in an interview, and Zack just said, yeah, didn't really give a proper answer. And then he just kind of went, we had a scene in the movie, but it didn't make the final cut, and it kind of would have explained it. And then left it at that. And I just feel like that isn't the only time that happened. I feel like there was a lot of situations that were... Like, I'm usually the person who sits there and explains to the gobshite beside me what's going on with the plot. Yeah. I felt like I was the gobshite this time and I needed somebody else. Like, I never have this problem. And I just felt it was very, very disjointed.
Well, one potential answer to that Zack Snyder might have suggested if he's head screwed on is that people know that Lois Lane is associated with Superman, but no one knows that Martha Kent is associated with Superman. So maybe like Superman has his attention focused on Lois Lane because he knows that she could be in the limelight, like could be in the sniper zone, whereas Martha is protected by her obscurity, like her non...
Like, people aren't targeting Lois Lane because she goes out with Clark Kent. They're targeting Lois Lane because she's connected to Superman.
Regularly seen with Superman.
True.
So he's like, right, I'll keep one ear on Lois Lane and the rest on the rest of the world. Yeah. Now, in saying that, where that falls down is, when Lois runs to Capitol Hill because she has this feeling that she needs to tell Superman something.
Yeah.
And he's walking away up the steps and she's like, she can't get his attention.
Yeah.
Why didn't she just say under her breath, hey Clark.
I thought that too.
I know you can hear me because like I farted once and you heard like
Lois needs toilet paper.
Yeah. Why, she could have just spoke under breath being like, something's not right. He would have heard her. If everything else in the movie makes sense, then he would have heard her. So plot hole.
There are plot holes there, I think.
Yeah. I think you guys only came down from the kind of high of seeing it only in the last few hours, we'll say. I've had a few days. There's a lot of plot holes, but to be perfectly honest, that doesn't bother me because the parts that didn't have plot holes were so good that I think they overtake the plot holes.
Okay. What did you like about the movie?
Okay. First, I think the best thing in the whole film was Ben Affleck.
Agreed.
I think, and I don't think because of how well he played Batman. I think because of how well he played Bruce Wayne.
There's a lot of that online.
He actually played a Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for a lot of other Batmen, Batman is who they are, and Bruce Wayne is the lie.
Yeah. Whereas for him, it was much more the two sides of the one coin. So like if you look at, we'll say, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
Batman, right? Or not Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's Batman. Yeah.
Like, there's not, the when he goes off on the boat. You remember what was it? The Dark Knight. He goes to Japan at the start.
Yeah.
And then to cover up for that, he has like the whole Russian ballet on a boat with him. And
yes.
Like that was so clearly false and fake and everything. Like that was not what Bruce Wayne actually really wanted.
Whereas
to do.
In this movie, we actually got a scene where he's after sleeping with a woman. Which I actually don't think Christian Bale's Batman would have gone that far.
No.
He would have just been like, okay,
sexless.
I've been seen in public with them, I don't need to bother with them now. Whereas Ben Affleck...
And equally so, not only that, but like a normal security guard shouted, like Bruce Wayne ran towards the Wayne building, not Batman.
So good.
That's whole sequence is amazing. Yeah. And I really regret not having rewatched Man of Steel
just
before.
So do I.
But
I should have.
It didn't take away from it, but I was like, when I saw how much of it, they were like, oh, do you know what? I would have liked to watch it and known what was happening at the minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But you know what I mean? Like Bruce Wayne, like he could have in any other film. I would imagine he would suit up and then go save everybody.
There wasn't time. He was just there. And
no,
damn it.
No, in this film there wasn't time, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna try and help as many people as I can." But I feel like if it was a different director or maybe a different cast or whatever,
Yeah.
it would have been Batman saving the day and not Bruce Wayne. And that's
True.
what I really liked about the film in general. I just really liked Affleck's performance, Bruce Wayne as a character. I felt that Bruce Wayne and Batman were the same person and not a dual identity kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he needed the suit of armor to fight Superman,
Yeah.
but he didn't need the bat mask. I still felt like it was Bruce that was fighting Superman and not Batman.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You've actually robbed a lot of the things I was going to say, and now I forever hate you for it. But
You forever hated me a long time ago. Shut up.
Batman was most definitely the best part of the movie for a lot of those reasons that you said. I kind of feel like it was a Batman movie with a bit of other people stuck in.
Yeah.
2/3 Batman, really, wasn't it? 1/3 Superman.
Yeah, it was possibly a very good Batman movie, like an excellent Batman movie. I really enjoyed it.
He also, hands down, won the fight.
Oh, well,
clearly,
yes, yeah.
It was like,
He really did.
I really thought it was going to be more of a close call, but no.
I can see how some people might be slightly disappointed at maybe the briefness of the fight, but for me, I think if Batman was to take on Superman, it would have to be as quick as bloody possible before Superman.
True, because
eventually...
Superman can just keep going, yeah.
Yeah, he
and
has
he
to
had a
go
very
for the kill.
finite number of kryptonite weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
That brings me to one of my problems. One of my
Well,
slight
what was
problems.
before you say the problems, what was your favourite thing of the film?
I really like Batman. And I don't mean Batman. I really liked his suit. Like, I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was
I
cool.
Pure fanboying over that. I don't know. I enjoyed the whole thing. I was just sitting I sat in my seat and I was ready to be taken on the journey. And I was like, I'm just going to see what I want to do.
Were you swept off your feet?
I was pulled along sufficiently.
That's the bit you're going to see on the side of the
like,
buses.
no-
I was pulled on sufficiently.
Like, nothing, like, if I was in charge, I probably wouldn't have written that story. That wouldn't have been my storyline at all. I don't know what stands out as my favorite. Like, Batman definitely was cooler than Superman. I don't know. Like, it's a lot easier to say what I didn't like.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll
So-
move on to
yeah.
that, I think, in a few minutes. And then, just last thing about Batman, I liked how brutal he was.
Oh, here he
And not-
kills left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
There's no
he
doubt
did,
about
and
that.
guns away the whole time.
I am totally fine with that. There's a nice video. I can't even remember what it is now to even plug whatever that video that was. But every single Batman movie that's ever come out, someone's done a video on it.
Supercut.
Yeah, all the kills that Batman's actually done. So there's a scene where something blows up, and you're like, someone definitely died in that, right? Like, I know Batman didn't definitely intentionally kill the person,
But he did kill
he
the
has
person.
caused someone to die. So someone went through every single Batman movie, even from the 60s, the whole way up, and has confirmed how many kills Batman's actually done. It's loads. But this Batman had no qualms about it, and I kind of feel like it's because of the backstory we maybe haven't gotten yet. We might get more of it in the R-rated cut that's about to come out, because I know Barbara Gordon's character was kicked out of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, she was supposed to be in it, but she will be in the DVD when that comes out in a few months' time. I just feel like we missed that bit of backstory about what happened to that Robin, because we know we have the Joker costume. Something's happened. Wayne Manor possibly was blown up, maybe during that. I'm not sure. Burned down. I mean, something's
I have
happened.
something to say on that too.
Did you see the Riddler?
I saw the Riddler question mark, yeah.
But anyway, I feel like something terrible has happened, and it might have something to do with the Jason Todd storyline, if anyone's in any way into the comic storylines. Something happened to that Robin, and it has changed Batman forever, and he has less and less qualms about
Batman Forever.
Sorry. It has changed Batman forevermore. And I think he has less and less qualms about actually killing people and getting rid of. And what do we think about the bat branding?
What?
The bat branding.
The branding with the bat.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And
No,
it being
look,
a death
he's-
sentence in jail.
Okay, so Superman's motivation to stop Batman, I think, was solid, to be honest. I think, though, flip the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Batman's motivation,
No, he was just hoodwinked by little Lex Luthor.
Which pissed me off because Batman is an intelligent man. I don't think
No
he
one
would
gets
fall
the
under that.
intellectual upper hand on Batman. Like, no
I don't
way,
think-
no how.
Yeah, not even Lex. Like, and he's
Maybe Brainiac, possibly, I could accept, but like, Jesus.
Just before we move too far away from it, you mentioned about the Joker. Did either of you catch what I think was a major hint of what's to come?
The
Clown
graffiti.
suits.
Not the clown suit.
Graffiti?
The comment about the clown suits.
Nearly.
Oh,
Alfred.
in Gotham we're used to dealing with clowns.
Yeah,
and-
you dress up.
Yeah, there's that. No, but that's not what I'm referencing.
The graffiti with the J.
No,
plus-
not the graffiti. I'll just tell you because you could be guessing.
Go
for
on,
ages.
go on.
There was a bit where I can't even remember what third of the film it's in, but Bruce is talking to Alfred and he says we're criminals. We've always been criminals, or
Yeah.
something like that. But I'm pretty sure it was in that conversation. He said something along the lines of, how many good guys are left?
Yes.
And then he said,
What
how many
happens?
good guys have stayed that way?
Yes.
So that implies there's good guys who have become bad guys.
Are you
would be
still
the-
hoping that Robin
I
is the
am.
Joker? I'm really hoping that as well. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm really, really hoping that. It would make a lot more sense and it would be a better storyline than just having another...
And it would explain as well
Joker.
why there's not that they have to be the same age, but why there's such an age gap between the seemingly
Yeah,
an age
yeah.
gap between the Joker and Batman.
How old is Jared Leto?
I
compared
don't
to Ben
know,
Affleck?
but he plays younger than he is.
He does look a bit younger than Ben Affleck anyway.
Yeah.
Or yeah. That's I'm still hoping for that.
I heard that. I heard him say that, and I grabbed tea. I was just like, it's happening.
Confirmed.
Yeah. And he just went, oh. I just said nothing because I didn't want to explain it in the cinema.
Cool.
But yeah, that's
I hope
something
that as well.
noticed, and I was just very excited.
Okay, we've talked about Batman and how great we all think Batman was. Loved that scene where he kicked the crap out when he was rescuing Martha Kent.
Yes.
Fantastic, utterly great scene. Loved how brutal he was. Fantastic. Let's talk about the other characters. Superman. Fran, how did you find Superman?
I'm a big Superman fan.
You are.
Yeah,
Superman,
we are.
is Superman your favorite superhero from DC? Yeah. No. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm a bit blasé about DC superheroes. Like I like them all equally as much. None of them really stand out in a major way. Do you know what I mean? Like
What I mean is, you have a lot of like Superman t-shirts.
yeah, I do, yeah.
You're drinking out of a Superman mug.
Yes, I am.
Pretty sure you have Superman Converse as well.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Where's Green Lantern? Where's Martian Manhunter?
Green Lantern's actually in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah,
A mug.
technically, yeah, a mug. in the
Okay,
kitchen.
okay.
I think he's a very believable Superman physically.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like he's
He
physically.
bulked up.
Yeah,
you did.
he's a. Yeah, no, he puts all of us to shame. He's a level 50 character if ever there was one. Let
Nerd
goes.
fitness, yeah, he's mastered.
Yeah, he was a little bit whiny. I didn't like his interactions with Lois Lane all that much.
I think Lois her time needed to be axed. I think, but, yeah.
And the engagement ring, I think, was just so unnecessary.
It was, wasn't it?
It was like, what does it? When did he do that? And why did he send it to you? And in the post, like,
No.
he could have saved himself a couple of dollars and done it in 3 seconds flat. Like.
No, I heard.
Yeah.
That was
Do you know what I
stupid. No, I heard. I think you might have heard it wrong. She said he got it sent here to surprise you because clearly they live together, and he ordered it, and it was delivered to the mother's house rather than to her house, to the house
Yeah,
he shares
yeah,
with Lois.
yeah.
That's
Okay,
why.
okay.
It was still stupid.
It
And who
was
sends
stupid.
engagement rings in the post?
Yeah.
They cost so much money, as we discussed this weekend.
not who. Why would Superman bother? He could have just flitted
That's
back.
what I said. Yeah.
He could have like
He has-
carved the whole ring out with his heat vision out of pure diamond. Like it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I just felt it was tacked on at the end for a bit of an emotional heart, and it didn't tug on my heart at all.
I get you.
I actually think it cheapened Lois's mourning of him. I think
I thought she fairly walked away from his grave a bit too quick.
and it did show her stand there for a good while.
I don't know. I didn't feel her emotional angst or whatever.
You see, it wrapped up the film very, very quickly.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think it did show. It gave hints of time passing, and it showed that she was lying on the bed. So clearly, she had been in the house long enough that she could be familiar enough to lie down in his bed or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think. I think it would have been fine if you just showed Martha coming in and giving her a cup of tea or something, and they kind of look at each other for a second, and one of them nods, and then they left. I think that would have been more poignant, more
100% more. Yeah,
you know,
so much more than. Oh yeah, what have they not done? They haven't got engaged. Let's just throw it in there.
Here you go, audience members.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and again, it won't. Not exactly a popular view. I quite liked Superman in it. I liked how dark he was. I liked that. I feel like he didn't get a chance to get his point across, though. I knew what Batman was standing for. I didn't really know what Superman was standing for. And then there's the scene where he actually shows up at Congress, Witcher 1, who I thought was going to be a massive player in the whole storyline.
Really shocked
June
me, by the way.
Someone or Jude, or the
Senator Finch.
Senator Finch, the junior senator. When he walks in and he struts the whole way along and he gets up to the podium and he's about to, say his piece.
I kind of wanted a bit of a courtroom drama type thing there.
I wanted that as well. I wanted Superman to finally address, instead of just having stupid, forlorn looks at the news headlines whenever someone was giving out about him. Here's his chance now to actually speak to the people at their level and they can get to know what he's about. Nope! Double cross, bomb. Oh no, Superman's terrible again. Now he's going to look, mopey for another while because this has happened. No. Total missed opportunity. And they're just, I feel like...
Could have been great dialogue there too. It was a great opportunity for good writing.
Having said that, it really caught me off guard and I was like, oh shit. I actually went, ugh, in the cinema, which I never...
It was just shock factor, but I just feel like people are going to look back at Henry Cavill's Superman and say, God, he was terrible. I just feel like he hasn't been given the chance to be a Superman. Because he got no chance for redemption there in that entire movie. He was just silenced. He didn't get a chance to say anything.
I liked him. I did like him. I feel like a lot of the problems that came up in the movie could have been solved with talking more than fighting.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. Superman lost his cool pretty quickly because in the initial bout, Batman wasn't really hurting him at all. He had miniguns going off. He knew that wasn't going to do anything.
Superman was just walking through that.
He easily could have been listen, Bruce, calm down for a second. I'll just talk to you for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was one thing that annoyed me. It would have been so easy. When Batman was punching him, just say, they have my mum.
Yeah.
And then he would have stopped.
That easily would have done it. Just say, listen, they've got my mom. Can we, do this later?
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Kind of live here.
He easily could have done that. Well, that's what I feel anyway. Do you have anything extra you want to say about Superman before we move on?
No, nothing I can think of right now. I one thing I do like is I did like his funeral scene and how they dealt with that.
I liked, and I was going to talk about that later, but yeah, it's fine, you just jumped the gun there, Conor.
Again.
I liked the way, because I actually, when I was researching the article that I did on the website for it, I liked the way they parodied. I know they were doing the Death of Superman storyline, but it seemed to me like they were parodying. Parodying?
Doing a parody.
They were doing a parody of.
You can tell we went to college and
I know,
adding on the words.
They were doing a parody of the supposed death of Batman at the end of The Dark Knight Returns, because Clark Kent shows up at Batman's funeral and then notices that Batman isn't in fact dead and can hear his heartbeat because he timed his the drug that he took. Batman timed it wrong, so that his heart started beating properly again at the wrong time. So Superman gives a little smile because he hears the heartbeat and flies off. Whereas this time we have Batman at Superman's funeral.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a bit different. I kind of would have liked it if Batman knew somehow that Superman wasn't dead as well. If I don't know, he hardly would have bugged. He wouldn't have bugged a coffin.
No.
But I would have liked some kind of connection there to that comic. But I liked that. I thought it was.
Yeah. Just the one thing I wanted to say about was and there's one thing myself and T kept saying is we both felt that there was 3 films in one there.
There was
the Justice League element.
So for us it was Man of Steel sequel.
Yeah.
Because of the whole what are we gonna do about Superman?
Yeah.
Then there was the Batman, a Batman film in it.
Yeah.
And then the Justice League film in it.
Yeah.
I felt like what they could have done is they could have left Wonder Woman out. They could have left Doomsday out.
Yeah.
And then the whole metahumans thing with the tiniest of tiny cameos we get from the Flash and Cyborg and Aquaman, they could have left them out as well.
So we're saying DC's idea of setting up the entire Justice League in one movie was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it was? I don't know. I think it was okay. I don't think it took
It was
away
cool
from-
seeing.
It
them,
was cool, and like,
but I kind of I didn't see enough of them to be satisfied with it.
Yeah.
So I would have rather they left it out and had a whole film on them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree. Fran
was very deflated right
No,
now.
I think it was fine. I don't think that didn't bother me at all. Even like I think the Ben Affleck Dream Flash thingy was a bit stupid.
Oh,
The
well,
nightmare.
we'll go on to that in a second.
Yeah.
I just want to get through the Holy Trinity. So, Wonder Woman. I'm going to go first. I quite liked Wonder Woman. I actually don't have a problem with Gal Gadot's depiction of her. I really thought that I would. I particularly liked when she showed up in the fight scene and all of a sudden it was like Middle Eastern metal music. It was freaking
very
Her
awesome.
theme song was very cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm pumped, and she's awesome. And Doomsday's just knocked her down. She gets up and she smiles. She's loving it. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Very reminiscent of the 300 movies, like that. Kind
Yeah,
of
no, my adrenaline was pumping. I was like,
Which
yeah, this is cool.
she is Greek, like Wonder Woman's from Greek mythology. And
Yeah,
Spartan,
yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. Quite liked it. I felt like as Diana Prince, I kind of liked seeing her whenever she popped up.
I wonder why.
No, she was quite intriguing. So besides the fact she was good eye candy, very intriguing. But I feel like a little bit underused. Wasn't used to her full degree, possibly. But if they were trying to squeeze in more Wonder Woman time, what would have been axed out? I don't know. It was already too full, I think, as a movie. But yeah, quite liked her. I'll be looking forward to seeing the solo Wonder Woman movie. Anyway, so yeah, I was happy with her. Anyone want to add anything before we move on?
Just, I think she was really well portrayed. I thought it was very interesting, and it was nice to see that she wasn't just the token girl. I know Wonder Woman isn't.
Oh, she should
but
never be.
What I mean is, like, this is the first our generation has seen Wonder Woman properly. Not
Yes.
counting the 70s TV show. So I think this is a great start.
Yes.
Fran?
I also feel like during that fight sequence, she was the one I was least worried about. I was like, she's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman's human in a suit that is already crumbling.
Yeah.
We know this guy is kind of supposed to be able to take on Superman to a certain extent. 'cause he's
Superman
Kryptonian.
couldn't overpower him,
Yeah,
so
exactly,
he was effective. Superman has no skill.
Whereas Wonder Woman, I was like, yeah, she's fine.
She's been doing this for hundreds of years.
She was laughing at one stage during the fight. Did you
I
catch
loved
that?
when she did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved when she did that.
So yeah, no, she was very believable in that sense. I wasn't even a little bit concerned. I was like, she's going to do fine.
She did well.
Okay, we're a little bit on for time, but I was going to talk a little bit about Lois and Lex and Alfred, but I might leave that now. I'm just going to briefly say Lois, I think, was used a bit too much in her storyline with the bullet needed to go. It was
She also
stupid.
has some serious job perks that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable job perks.
That annoyed me so much. It's like, I need a chopper to where were they?
Yeah. Economy. No.
No,
No, not even that bit. Yeah.
When the fight was starting, she's like, I need a chopper to Gotham. It was like, is it for a story? No.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Here, if it's a personal reason, go on ahead.
Stupid.
Especially because print media is 100% dying, and like,
Yeah,
they're so
yeah.
strapped
I've
for
even made a
cash.
They said that even in the middle. I was like, no one reads our newspaper.
Yeah.
No one have to worry about it. So yeah, I think we could have done less with Lois. Lex, I kind of liked how manic he was. I kind of like, again, an unpopular opinion, but I kind of liked. He was very obviously playing someone who was a bit psychotic, but I kind of liked that. Do we think Daddy is definitely dead? I know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters. I think this is the Lex of this universe.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with him being that psychotic. I'm kind of okay. Alfred, I quite like Jeremy Irons. A bit underused,
Not
but
enough of him.
Not enough of him. We'll see him maybe in the Batman solo. That's all I have to say about that.
Which, does anyone know will the Batman solo be set before or after this film?
It's before. No, I'm just saying that because it was the quote from Up. I don't know. On one level, I hope it continues on the story. On another level, I kind of want to know what happened to make Batman so messed up. Maybe we'll get some of that in Suicide Squad. Maybe Jared Leto's Joker will be gloating a bit about.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
we'll get
Ben
a bit of
Affleck is into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get some sort of flashback maybe, or maybe he'll just turn up. We don't know.
Flashback. Sorry.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Nightmare? Knight. That's what it's being coined now. The Nightmare.
One thing I want to talk about is just when he wakes up from the nightmare, and I thought it was Cyborg at first, but then
Nope, it's Flash.
Then I realized it's Flash, and then he wakes up a second time.
Yeah, stupid.
stupid. But did anybody notice?
Yeah, pages.
The pages. Fine.
I love it when I get to do it to him.
No, because T didn't, and I was like, that. At least the Flash bit was genuine.
How much does Batman cop on to that though? That's what I didn't get. I was like,
yeah,
that's
what
realize?
I was just about to say. Like, did Batman? How did he fall back asleep?
At that point, he was probably thinking Inception.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was needless. I don't think there was any need.
I think in general there was an over dependence on dream sequences and fantasy,
right?
Like,
what about like at the very start where he was rising up out of when he was a kid?
Yeah. Then there was Superman talking to his dad on top of the mountain.
Oh, they could have done without that.
There was the Flash nightmare.
Yeah.
And then there was when he went to visit the parents' mausoleum.
Yeah.
And the goo started coming out, and then the big giant bat.
Yeah. If Age of Ultron has taught us anything, you don't go full dream sequence. Like, and they went full dream sequence a few times.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
And then there was the one where he was in the desert place.
That was the nightmare.
That was the nightmare. Yeah. Flash's warning. Now, when I wrote the article, I was saying I kind of hope they take a bit from the Injustice storyline, and I feel like they kind of did, but maybe even more than that. I think they took on the DC Universe Online sort of storyline. Are you familiar with that at all?
Am, yeah.
Basically, it's a little bit in the future. It's war torn. I think Brainiac has done something. I can't really remember now, but all the superheroes are kind of in armor, and they're actually fighting a war against Brainiac and his forces, and basically all the superheroes nearly end up dying, and then Lex Luthor and Batman work together, and they send Lex back into the past with this thing that can make more superheroes, like this serum or something that can create more superheroes, so Lex can go back and change the past, so we can stop that from happening. So I kind of feel like maybe they're doing that now with Darkseid. You think Darkseid?
Yeah, I think so too.
Because they had the parademons there in the nightmare,
and they had a massive Omega symbol carved into the ground, which is his symbol.
So I kind of feel like maybe they're doing a mix of a few of those storylines, but it's obviously they're using Flash as the time travel element instead of using Lex and Batman's technological prowess. So that's interesting. They went full comic book there, but I feel like we missed something. They cut something out and they shouldn't have, and that whole scene was very disjointed.
I suppose we won't know that until we see this R-rated cut or 18's cut or whatever it's going to be here.
Yeah.
Again, that's my kind of problem with the whole thing. I was like, I felt like it was 3 films in one, and I feel like if they have that much story that they want to tell it in one sitting. Give us an intermission then. Don't cut out things that leave it disjointed.
That's a cultural problem as well. Like how many cinemas do intermissions, or how many countries?
Not only that, how many people would be willing to sit through a film that long? Even with an intermission.
And maybe you don't even need to, because I think if you've seen the trailer for Batman v Superman or all of them, you can piece together the movie yourself. Anyhow, I think. Yeah, that was done very poorly. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm very thick about it. Last thing I want to say before we move on, because we do need to move on. Introducing the Justice League members, were you guys cool with that, or did you think it was lame, or did you think it was awesome? Conor first.
I said it earlier, I think it was very cool, but I thought it was in the wrong film. I think that would have been better maybe in the film just before the Justice League. We have to go through a Wonder Woman solo film, which I have no problem with. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't make sense for that, especially because it's set in 1914 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it would have made more sense at the end of, we'll say, the Batman solo film before the Justice League film. I just think it was in the wrong film. I liked how they did it, just it was in the wrong place.
Okay, Fran?
Yeah, no major problems with it. No major problems with it. A little bit disappointed by Aquaman. His little snippet.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
Was he he was literally doing like duck face into the
he's
camera.
also very obviously holding his breath. I don't know that kind of that irks me a little bit. Like he's very obviously.
They're not going to do it like that, are they? Like obviously Jason Momoa has to hold.
Yeah. We're not going to.
God, they can do enough to make it look like maybe. Does he need gills? Maybe I don't know.
But look, he very much. Wonder Woman I was fine with. Flash. Yeah. Cyborg. I know very little about Cyborg. What was that cube?
That was. I think it's called a.
I can't remember what it's called, but I know it comes from Darkseid.
Is it memory box or a mother box?
That's it.
It's a mother box. It's something to do with the alien race that's going, not the Chitauri, the DC alien race that's going to be invading. Something to do with Darkseid's planet, I think. I know very little about Darkseid. I'm going to be quite upfront about that. But it's something to do with that.
I would have also could have added a little bit if kind of Batman said to Alfred, like, right, I need to do this whole Superman thing. Could you start looking into this for me? Because this
Actually,
shit
that would have
happened.
made more sense than Wonder Woman.
This happened, and then he put it aside for the next hour and a half. And then at the very end, he goes back to it. Like, that would really be bugging me if I knew there was potentially more people like Superman out there that could, for the same reasons.
Also, why does Batman not know this? It's Batman. He's supposed to, like, his supercomputer is supposed to be the authority on everything. Like, do you know what I mean? I just don't know. But anyway, moving swiftly on from that, I'm just gonna say I didn't like the introduction to the Justice League. I think it didn't work. I didn't want to see shoddy kind of YouTube videos of the superheroes. I didn't think it worked at all. I especially didn't like Aquaman's one. I thought it looked really lame, and I didn't really like Cyborg's one either. I think the Flash's one was just subtle enough that it was fine.
Yeah,
but,
and a security camera, and
yeah, it was okay, but we'd already seen him with the with the flashback, whatever we're gonna call that. But there was no need for it, I think. So, last thing we'll do will be give it a rating right now.
Can I say one quick thing?
Yeah.
Biggest fight in comic book history: Batman v Superman. The location it was set in was a bit common.
Oh yeah,
an abandoned house.
It was.
Could they not have picked something slightly more
interesting,
unique and amazing?
Yeah.
You know, it was.
Well, they both care about civilian lives, so it was going to be in an abandoned something. So at least it wasn't a warehouse, is all I can think of.
Yeah, I know.
But I think in the comics they do it in Crime Alley. That's where Batman decides where he wants to do it.
But like, I was just looking at it, like, I could totally see Daredevil fighting in this location. Like, you know, it doesn't stand out as any way significant.
Okay. Can we give it a Geeks in the Closet rating? How many G's are we going to give that? Conor out of 10 G's?
Did we do this for
Deadpool?
We're doing
He's gone rogue.
We're doing it right now. I'm in the hot seat. I am making the decisions.
I know. The only reason I ask is because I want to know how many I would have given Deadpool.
Conor, you are on the spot now.
Yeah, you're a prick. I'm gonna give it 7.
7 G's from Conor. Fran?
I'm gonna say 8.
7 and 8. Those are very high ratings, my friend. I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 G's.
You have 10. Can you not just go 6 or 7?
No, 6.5 G's. The 0.5 is so important here.
Alright,
I don't think it's a 6 or a 7, so it has to be somewhere in between.
Okay.
Personally. More Batman I would have gotten more. I like. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy it, because I did.
Yeah,
I did like it. I'm definitely leaning on more positive than negative. But anyway,
so
let's
where
move
does that
on.
rate in terms of Deadpool? Do we, as the Geeks in the Closet, do we rate Deadpool above or below?
Above.
Fran?
It's above. Oh, he's thinking.
He didn't answer straight away.
I didn't answer straight away because they're two very different movies, aren't they?
Did you like all of Daredevil? Or sorry, why do I keep doing that?
You do that a lot.
Why did you like all of Deadpool?
Yeah,
And did you like all of Batman v Superman?
most of it.
So most of it. So,
So
why
Deadpool
isn't
for you
this
should
clear
be-
cut?
I'm gonna say Batman v Superman on top of Deadpool.
Dang, you've got the casting vote
I
here,
have
Conor.
the deciding vote.
And that's only because of gut. I've no logic. I can't back my statement up. It's just gut feeling.
I'm not backing it up either, but I'm going to agree with Fran.
Oh,
Super Alliance.
I've been overruled.
You
Okay,
have, sir.
let the record show that I made the correct choice. Okay, let's move on to our next segment: My Da versus Your Da.
Okay, so we did this once before, where basically I have given both of the two boys here one da each. Now, I'll let you introduce your own dads, and then I'm going to tell you. We did have to make an alteration. I did alter and
Feck
change. I didn't feck up.
You failed.
I failed. I had to change Fran's dad. So, Fran, do you want to tell us who your new dad is?
Oof, I thought you were going to say old Da. I kind of more excited about the old Da. But
I'll tell you after. Go on.
Okay.
I'm quite happy to announce that my new dad is Spiderman,
Oh.
who would have always been my favorite superhero before the Iron Man Renaissance.
Okay.
Okay.
Jay, do you want to introduce your dad?
My Da is the best Da. It's Wolverine. Fran
So,
is smiling.
whoa. You literally...
Hang on, let me...
This is sickening. You give Jay like one of his all-time favorite superheroes, and then you lump me with my other dad.
Yeah. Now, it was. I'll tell you the story, right? I wanted to come up with a
Fran has now crossed his arms and is
He's
huffing.
so thick.
He's huffing.
He's
Okay.
so thick. All right,
He's
I wanted to
Huffington
come up with
Post.
a theme. I was like, right, let me think. Who will I throw in there? And I came up with your original dad 1st. And
Who was?
Fran's original dad was actually a ma. It
Oh,
was,
I knew you were going to pull that.
it was
Go on.
Wonder
That's what I
Woman.
said. Like,
You actually did.
I text
My
back on and was
dad
like,
is
slow
a man.
clap. You give me a woman. Shot
So
her.
I gave Fran Wonder Woman, and I was like, right, there's like you have Wonder Woman, and I was like, right,
I think I could have won that.
no, you definitely couldn't.
I think I could have won
No,
that.
Wolverine would not beat Wonder Woman. I researched it more and more and more. I was like, oh no way.
So,
Anyway,
adamantium could not have penetrated her skin.
not the point.
That would have been the point of my
So the reason I
adamantium
picked
claws.
Wolverine,
Let's- I'm just gonna step away.
that's not. This isn't even the debate. Who would like to introduce their dad first?
I'm gonna go with Jay because this is your.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
go, Jay.
So Wolverine, he is the best at what he does, but what he does is not particularly nice. He's a samurai. He's been around since the 1800s. James Howlett, originally of Canada. He is whatever team he joins. So if he's with the X-Men or X-Force or whatever the Canadian crowd was called again, I can't remember. Alpha something.
Alpha Force.
Could have been. Anyway, you can tell how much research I did on this. I was confident enough. He's just awesome. Everyone wants him on his team. His powers are exactly what you want in any makeup. Like if you are assembling a team to take on some great power, Wolverine's on that team. No matter what, he's there. Incredible healing powers, indestructible adamantium, years upon years upon years of experience, combat, tactics, everything else. Anyone you put him up against, he will not stop. He will keep going, and whatever you do to him, he will recover and he'll keep coming. You're in trouble, Fran.
Because. No.
Oh, here's the legendary debating skill. Fran, could you please introduce your dad?
My dad is Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, the plucky New Yorker who. Let me see, to get the exact figures, he is 15 times more agile than the average human, which actually doesn't sound that impressive. I mean, this was 15 times.
Yeah.
And he can manage to lift 10 tons of weight. His abilities include Spidey Sense, which gives him a head start when something is going awry. Hyper kinesthetic activity or ability. I don't know that word. I rarely have to use that word in real life.
Okay.
Kinesthetic activity.
Okay.
And he also is equipped with web shooters, which provide a high range of mobility. So basically, just very agile, very active. And his Spidey sense is what's going to help him win this fight because there'll be no element of surprise.
Jay is
Okay.
glaring at you, so it's like bring it up. Okay, to start off, I have done my own research.
Yeah.
I've tried to come to my own conclusions.
Yeah.
I came to one conclusion, I did more research. I came to the opposite conclusion, I did more. I've decided in my head that it's a draw. So what I want you to tell me is, why does your dad win?
Yeah.
So, Jay.
Okay. I think that Spider-Man has great Spidey sense. It's a great boon for him, but Wolverine also has his animal instincts and his animal sense. Admittedly, not quite as good as Spidey's spider sense, but I still think it's enough that neither could surprise the other. So I don't think it's going to be an element of surprise situation. I think if these guys meet, it's going to be a brawl. I feel like, again, admittedly, Spider-Man's more agile and he's stronger. Wolverine's going to have a difficult time in the beginning. It's going to be a brawl. They're going to be fighting. Spider-Man has his webs. I think Wolverine can block those with his adamantium claws, so I don't think that's going to be too much. He can't.
Nope.
I think he can.
He can't, and he can. What do you mean by block?
As in, if he's shot or incapacitated, he can cut them off. Like, he can...
Oh, I
cut
thought
it.
you meant he used, like, the webbing doesn't stick to them.
Oh, they'll stick. They'll stick to it.
Right.
He can cut any of the threads, though.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
Yeah,
I think he'll dodge most of them anyway. He is agile enough. He'll
Do we
get
have
out
a
of there.
location for this battle royale?
An alley in New York.
An alley in New York. So we've got left wall, right wall.
Fine.
Yeah.
We've got open end either side.
And it's only 3 stories high.
And we have those
Okay.
fire escape ladders and anywhere.
Yeah.
And
That's going to end up going into a building anyhow. They're going
trash
my,
cans.
my basic point is that it's in their typical comic book setting.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
Okay.
imagine anything that you've seen them either character do
Yeah.
in an alleyway fight, they can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
if you need there to be a
Okay.
dumpster, there's a dumpster.
Is it... Could you stretch your arms out either side?
It's a car and a half wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
let's just-
Okay.
Okay.
So, Fran.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, you're not finished?
I'm
Oh,
not
my
finished. I am
apologies,
not finished.
sir.
I think initially the fight is definitely going to be going Spider-Man's way. I think he's got great agility. Spidey sense is fantastic. And anytime he connects with Wolverine, it's going to hurt Wolverine an awful lot. But what he doesn't have is years and years of combat experience. He kind of suffers from what Superman suffers from. Superman is a crap fighter. If he comes across anyone who can match him in strength, but has a little bit of tactics and maybe some
AKA Zod.
yeah, any kind of martial art experience, he's a little bit in trouble. So I think Wolverine's going to counteract him in that way. I also feel like as the fight goes on, it's going to take a while, but Spider-Man's going to tire. Wolverine doesn't tire. He can keep on going. The way his healing factor works, he never gets tired. He can just keep going. And anytime he's knocked for 6, he's just going to get back up again. I've seen him be decapitated, or no, not decapitated is the wrong word. His midriff has been taken off by the
bisected.
Hulk. Bisected. He's just put it back together and gone on fighting the Hulk. He'll be absolutely fine. Eventually Spider-Man will tire. Spider-Man definitely has some sort of accelerated healing, but nowhere even close to Wolverine's. All Wolverine has to do is connect with one claw swipe one time, hit Spider-Man in the correct location, impale him, stab him. It's only going to take once. Spider-Man is done.
Okay. Fran.
Okay, so what's Wolverine's plan when I...
Hang on, before that, I love it when I...
Yeah.
You could run away quite effectively, but I will take that as a boon.
Before you do that, why would Spider-Man beat Wolverine? Before you actually get to the nitty-gritty. What can Spider-Man do that will be the winning... Like, Jay is basically saying Wolverine's a marathon runner, not a sprinter, and he's going to win because he has basically better stamina. That's essentially what you're saying. Because of the healing factor.
Longer stamina, more experience, better combat tactics.
Okay. Fine.
I'd imagine it's not going to be that he's going to beat Wolverine like to death or anything like that. He'll incapacitate Wolverine to the point where Wolverine won't be able to do anything. As in, web sling him from left to right, crucify him basically, stick him so that he can't use his claws to cut free. That's what I was asking how wide the things were. Web shoot his mouth, cover up his mouth and his nose.
I still feel like he'll just let the claws out and the claws will just...
But if I get him, if he's got at the claws and like, left to right, like... This is where being an audio podcast isn't really help. I'm demonstrating what I imagine Wolverine
He's basically
looks like.
doing what Kate Winslet did in Titanic.
So I see kind of Wolverine being stretched across, right?
Yeah.
He unhinges his claws.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm moving my wrist. I don't seem like
He's actually testing it out right now.
if I do enough webbing.
Can we clarify where do Wolverine's claws come from? Between the knuckles or the back of the hand? Because it depends on what there's.
It's usually between the knuckles, isn't it?
That's a good question.
It's
No,
the back
the
of the hand
movie.
mostly.
The movie does it between the knuckles, doesn't it? But it's actually from
On
the
the
back of the
comics,
hand.
it's the back of the hand.
Yeah, that's true.
So is she's a J.
Decide, Jay.
Well, I guess we'll go with comic book, but
Okay, back of the hand. Continue, Fran.
Back of the hand, yeah. So just keep him incapacitated and get a bit of elevation, and then just wreck his head with witty quips.
that you will definitely do.
And
that
he'll
you
get
will
pissed
definitely
off
do.
quicker. And then that would just happen so quickly. Like I wouldn't need to waste all my energy. You could just zing.
So what you're saying is that Spider-Man will win because of his agility.
His agility,
Because he
his
will
ability
shut down
to fight
the fight straight away.
Yeah, his ability to fight well outside the reach of Wolverine.
So now you have both
But
You've done exactly the thing I did.
yeah, but I just kind of feel like I don't think it's going to be that easy that Spider-Man can just do that. I think he won't be caught unaware. I don't think it's going to be that easy just
But
to
like,
him up.
we're in a narrow alleyway. There's very limited amount of dodging that Wolverine can do. Spider-Man will hit him eventually.
I said it starts in
Yeah.
an alleyway.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to run out of his webs before that happens. I think Wolverine's going to be agile enough to have the keen animal senses to dodge most of those. I think Spider-Man might get him once or twice and he'll simply cut and move on.
Okay, so
Done.
Spider-Man web shoots a trash can lid, propels it at Wolverine. While Wolverine blocks that, he gets one of his hands, hits him in the face. Wolverine's face goes back, gets him the other hand, hits him in the face again, hits him in the crotch a few times. Just for this effect. And then while Wolverine is incapacitated like a yo-yo, Spider-Man will just keep flicking Wolverine in the balls from a very safe distance.
This sounds like a cute dream.
Alright, so Fran has actually given a tactic as to how he will beat. What I want to know is how will Wolverine beat that? Spider-Man is a long-range fighter, essentially.
Sniper.
Yeah. So go on, Jay.
Yeah, I think I've already said it. It's not going to happen like that. Wolverine will be able to dodge. We're acting as if Spider-Man's web shooting is going to hit all the time. Definitely.
Well, in
And
this
it's not.
little narrow alley, like Spider-Man has excellent aim. In this narrow
Yeah.
alley, you're a very easy target.
Yeah,
to hit.
in fairness, in all the films and cartoons and comic books, it's how often does Spider-Man miss?
Not very often at all, if even.
I know he's never fought against someone with the instinct and agility of Wolverine that I've seen anyway. In
I
film.
feel like Kraven the Hunter, who'd be kind of similar, would
yeah.
often dodge Spider-Man's webs. I would definitely contest that.
Okay.
But still, at the end of the day, Spider-Man always beats Kraven the Hunter, mostly.
But Kraven the Hunter is not Wolverine.
But you just use him as your example to justify your opinions on Wolverine. Which is
Yeah.
it, Jay? You contradict yourself. It's like, get your story straight, man.
No, what you were saying was Wolverine's not going to be able to dodge, and now we've just admitted that someone who is similar can in fact dodge. So I think Wolverine is superior enough over Kraven that he can use the advantages Kraven would
But
have.
I think you're forgetting about
Dodge.
the train. The train is such a narrow window that, like, it's not like we're in an open field. It's not like we're in a warehouse with lots. Like, it's an alleyway. Like it's such a small area that Spider-Man can easily.
Playing devil's advocate, right? You have put me on some sort of a web cocoon, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to hold. He's eventually going to break out. Spidey's going to have no webs left, and then he is mincemeat.
How's he going to eventually break out?
I'm going to cut out that
He's
side
got-
of it.
How is he eventually going to break out?
He's got his claws. There's nothing Spider-Man can do to prevent the claws from coming out. The claws will come out. All he'll have to do then is a slight wrist movement. Cut them. He's free. Cut out. Gone. Spider-Man has finite webs. It's
No,
going to run out.
not my
and
Spider-Man.
There's nothing Spider-Man can do. We're not going with movie universe Spider-Man.
No, it's not organic.
No, it's not organic webbing. It's going to run out. He will cut himself out. There's nothing Spider-Man can do to kill Wolverine. He's eventually just going to get him.
Fine. While Wolverine's in his Jesus Christ pose,
Superstar.
Spider-Man gets some rotten apples from the debris on the floor, and flicks them onto each of his claws. So his claws are effectively baby-proofed. And then you got no more sharp bits.
Baby-proofed claws.
Fran, that's clutching now. Go on. That's clutching at straws. Clutching at straws.
Also, I don't see I think if Spider-Man does it in such a way, he will be able to attach the webbing from Wolverine to the wall in such a way that it goes over the claws, so that the claws are engulfed.
Yeah, you haven't answered that yet.
Yeah,
Jay. So if
it works if
Spider-Man-
this is here.
Yeah.
If I get him at the wrist, and then he might be able to backhand it a little bit. But if I engulf it in the goo, then it's basically lubricate. It's like sheathed.
Retract, contract. Just cut.
If it goes from the wrist over.
Yep. Out. Gone.
Yeah, what he's saying
You
is
got nothing else.
if Wolverine retracts the blades and then extends them again, that motion would rip the webbing and then cut the webbing. So he's given an exact way that he can counter your main way of defeating him. But what I want to know is you've said You haven't given a reason why he will beat him. You've just given a reason why he will not be beaten, Jay. So
I have given the reason he'll beat him. Eventually, Spider-Man will tire.
yeah, no, you've said eventually.
Eventually.
I'm asking you, give me like Fran has given Spider-Man an exact methodology. What will
Spider-Man will run out of webbing. When that's done, it'll be a brawl. There'll be a lot of jumping around. There'll be a lot of fighting, and then eventually he will connect with the claws. All it needs is one punch. All he needs is one punch with
How are you
the
going to fight Spider-Man
and you're dead.
at Spider-Man's level?
What do you mean?
Like, as
Spider-Man has no webbing left, let's say.
So Spider-Man must make contact with Wolverine to hurt him at that point. Once he makes contact, he's done. All it takes is one punch.
But what if Spider-Man keeps the fight up in the upper levels of the alley, where, like, how are you going to deal with that if Spider-Man's out of your reach?
He's going to tire.
Spider-Man doesn't tire.
If this is a waiting game, he does tire. He'll get really, really tired. Eventually.
Not if he's not fighting. Not if he's just up there watching you, going like.
Well, if we want to sit it out, then no one's going to win. I mean, Spider-Man is well capable of running away, and you can claim that as a victory if you want, but he's not going to be able to defeat Wolverine.
So I think Wolverine's going to get next to near
See,
Spider-Man.
Put the two of them in a cage, Spider-Man's not coming out.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right? This is why I gave you this, because I thought one of you would come up with one. I think that Wolverine won't be able to connect with Spider-Man because Spider-Man's Spidey sense and agility, right? But I think Spider-Man could never possibly hit hard enough or incapacitate Wolverine enough to actually definitively win. I think the reason I gave Spider-Man as Wolverine's nemesis in this was I think that they're perfectly matched because one's weaknesses are countered by the other. Like their strengths cancel each other out basically. So I still have this is the thing. You come full circle now.
Can we agree that Spider-Man does in fact get punched? We're acting like he's invincible, like he never gets touched by anyone. Does he get punched?
Yeah, he does.
Who's punched him before?
Most of his nemesis.
All Wolverine has to do is punch him once, and he's dead. As long as he has the claws extended. What's stopping his claws from extending?
Fran, how are you going to come back from that?
Everyone's punched him. Not even people that have major agility. He just gets hit. Always happens. That it's simple.
Well, then it's a completely one-sided fight. Do you know what I mean? Like if Spider-Man gets hit with the claws out and he punctures like all of his major organs, and we are saying that you're saying that he does get punched. But then how can that's like?
No, I didn't say he. I said he gets punched by his enemies when he fights them one-on-one, fist to fist.
Yeah, we're acting like Spider-Man's Neo and just no one's touching him. Like he's not. He's got great spidey sense. He's got great strength. He's got great agility. He does get clocked. Like it does happen.
I reckon Spider-Man's going to stick to the walls above Wolverine and shoot from long distance.
Well, you would say that because you're on the opposite side of this
I know,
argument.
yeah. I think he's smart enough to know to stay away from those sharp things.
Okay. I think enough. Yeah. Fran, final thought. Sorry, I've always started with Jay. Jay, final thought.
Okay, always a second time. Yeah, I just think that Spider-Man initially great advantage, but this is a brawl, this is a slog, this is what Wolverine does and he's the best at it. Eventually he's going to connect and he only needs to do it once.
Okay. Fran.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. He is going to Jesus Christ superstar this guy and then keep well out of range and just quick fleeting smacks on the head, stuff like that. Like I'm not conceding. My knowledge of Wolverine would have been that he would be.
Did you just call him Wolverine?
That's what you called him when you were 3, I bet. Wolverine.
My knowledge of Wolverine would have been that he is a very hard person to fight. You know, his whole healing factor, his adamantium skeleton makes him a very noteworthy opponent. And I feel like he's offensive, Spider-Man is defensive, if you know what I mean. Doesn't really fight with weapons. So he would play to his strengths, incapacitate Wolverine, keep out of reach, and then repeat as often as required. And he's very economical with it. He's living in New York. He's living on a budget in one of the most expensive cities in the world. He is going to be able to make his web stringer thingy stretch for the entire battle because like that man has paid New York rent rates.
It sounds like he wouldn't be able to use it too often then if he was trying to save it.
Okay. I'm gonna deliver my final judgment. I think that the heroes themselves are evenly matched. So I think it comes down more to your skills as debaters.
I'm going to say also Spider-Man.
No.
As a shield.
Time is
You're
up.
not allowed to say. I think that in this case, the winner has to be Wolverine. Reasoning being, you've given like Jay's skills at pointing out Spider-Man's flaws and pointing out Wolverine's ability to overcome his own flaws as well. I just think Jay has it. Sorry, Fran.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
God.
gonna counter with that. It was not a perfect match. No, it's not, because it's like you gave Jay someone with every advantage at killing somebody, which is what we always said. This is a fight to the death, and then Spider-Man doesn't. He incapacitates people and he stops them.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Yeah.
like.
Well, like,
it's like you give
once
somebody.
he incapacitates them, then he
Well,
just
I
stabs
think
them. You
we've
know.
agreed that for the purposes of the battle, it's going to be a fight to the death, no matter what they're kind of.
Yeah, and I think definitely Spider-Man is not.
Also, I
is
love how
not the
Fran
hero.
isn't being like, oh yeah, I lost. It's like, Conor, you gave me a shit one.
No. Spider-Man is a great superhero in certain fights, but you're putting him
Yeah.
against a killer. You're putting him against killer with claws.
Can
He's
I-
been against killers though.
Can I just
Venom
say?
is always trying to kill him.
Can I just say that this particular fight has been done loads of times on the
has.
internet, and Spider-Man generally wins. And I knew that immediately as I was starting. I was like, I've got to go on full offensive here, because if you had asked me this outside the podcast, I'm like, yeah, no, unfortunately, Spider-Man wins.
Yeah.
It always happens. Always happens.
No, I looked it up an awful lot, and generally it's nearly 50-50, and a lot of fights are like, I know it's a draw because of this and this. So to be honest, this was more to see what you're debating.
Do you know what I think? I think that Spider-Man could actually web him in the mouth and could suffocate him.
That's what I said at the start.
Did you say that at the start?
Yeah,
You didn't use the word
No, you
suffocate.
didn't say
I said cover his
suffocate.
nose and mouth. What does that imply?
Yeah, but all Jay kept saying was he will cut away.
He'll cut it away.
With the blades.
If you got it down the throat. Unless Wolverine has like super enzymes that would dissolve it like really quickly, but I don't know
Highly
that. So Jesus, we spent a long time on that. Can we go into our? We're gonna go with Zaz, I think, this week. That's our Zombie Apocalypse Survival Scenario. Yeah, we're going to be very quickly about it. We're going into Zaz right now. The situation is that you are in a zombie apocalypse and you have come across a baby that's been abandoned. It's crying, and you've come across it. You have to think to yourself, I'm in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Is a baby what I need right now? What do you do? Fran?
Walk on by. Stick in your headphones and walk the other way.
man.
I love the way he didn't even think about that. I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
He's just going to walk on by.
No, I can't be that heartless. I would intelligently scout the area before I'd help the child.
Okay.
In terms of like,
So you've left this child abandoned while you scout the area.
no. What I mean is, I'm walking along, I hear a baby crying.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do is not run towards. I'm gonna fucking hide and be like, shit.
Yeah.
Our zombie's gonna go straight for the baby. I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes, see is it safe from zombies first, and then see is it safe from people, because we don't know what type of people. We don't know what you're gonna be like when the apocalypse arrives.
Yeah.
So you don't know what type of people will use their children as bait to capture you and kill you and take all your
true.
stuff that you need to survive. So I'm going to scout first, save later.
Okay, so then it turns out that there's no immediate danger. There's no zombies.
Bring the baby with me.
Okay. I feel like it's going to depend on what group I have with me and what situation I'm at the moment. If I'm in
The
like
exact same group you brought up to the top of quarantine or
that
whatever.
baby gonna be left behind. If I'm with a solid group and we have a camp that's very nearby and there's someone else who will take care of the baby, then yeah, sure. If we're building a new sort of society. If I am walking with a
If there's you and two others and none of you have ever cared for a baby before.
And you've no solid location.
and we have no solid location,
You're
God no.
nomads.
That I feel like that's a death sentence for everybody if you take the baby along. And as harsh as that sounds, that's what I think you might have to do. Now, whether I'm actually in this situation and my heartstrings get pulled on or not, I don't know. But at the moment, I'm thinking with my head, and I'm thinking that baby's going to kill all of us. Like, there's no point in that baby dying and the rest of us dying. Which sounds really cruel now that I say it out loud.
It is really cruel, but you know what, Jay? I think this is a really cruel situation to be in, and you're a cruel person.
yes, it is, and I shall burn in hell. Okay, as Conor has been saying for the last couple of episodes, if you like this podcast, you're really enjoying it, please rate, share, subscribe, but also tell 3, 2, even just one other person about this podcast. If you want us to continue doing it, you like what we do, and you're having a bit of fun listening to us, please just tell some people you think might be interested, and please definitely comment. We enjoy getting any comments that come our way, and we will respond.
Yes.
Yeah. If they want to find us, Fran, how can they do that?
They got multiple options. Option A is Twitter,
Yeah.
in which we're at GeeksITC.
Absolutely.
You've been usurped, Jay.
I know, I love. That's the one I like saying, because I'm going to stumble if I have to do something else. Conor?
If you want to give us a like on Facebook, you can find us at geeksinthecloset.com/Facebook, and even though it's our website, it'll bring you straight to our Facebook page. You can like us, share us, and even leave a comment or two and ask us what we think about any kind of my dad versus your dad situations you come up with.
Absolutely, and of course you can find us at our website, geeksinthecloset.com. Our podcast section will bring you straight to SoundCloud. We're on there. We're also on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Podbean. Are we on Podbean? YouTube. Oh, we have a YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel.
Which are just these. Video form.
Okay. Thanks very much for listening. You've successfully gotten to the end of this podcast somehow. Well done, Geeklings. Jay out.
Conor out.
Fran out.
What?
I don't know.